Hi, I'm Dan McClellan, urging you to vote for Corey Briggs for San Diego City Attorney. I first met Corey as a volunteer in an effort to keep the Chargers in San Diego. The Chargers, the mayor's office, and the hoteliers were at an impasse. It was really out of desperation that I cold called Corey with the hopes that he could broker a deal. He didn't know me, but he called me back. And not only that, a few months later, he presented to San Diego voters Measure D, an initiative that the Chargers supported, despite the fact it would have required them to pay 100% of the stadium construction cost. It also would have provided necessary funding for a non-contiguous expansion of the convention center and allow SDSU to develop the Mission Valley Stadium site. Corey and I actually first met in person a few minutes before he had a press conference announcing the initiative. And despite the fact that he had just met myself and Jason Riggs of the San Diego Stadium Coalition, he trusted us to speak at that press conference alongside himself and former San Diego City Councilwoman Donna Fry. Now, Measure D didn't ultimately pass. In large part, that's because the hoteliers said they would support it, ended up campaigning against it. But what Measure D did do is provide the framework for a future initiative called SDSU West, which gained wide support from San Diego voters. And thanks to SDSU West, Mission Valley is going to be beautified with a new small stadium and a campus expansion without a high-density development. And that is good for San Diego voters. In my time working with Corey, I found it to be open, honest, and transparent. And that's what you'll get from him as your San Diego City attorney. Corey is passionate that government should be for the people and by the people. It shouldn't be by special interest and done in back rooms, which we've seen over and over again in San Diego at the detriment of San Diego taxpayers. In fact, Corey's already fought and won on behalf of us through his clients, including San Diegans for Open Government, a group for a more transparent government. He's running against Mara Elliott. She's not for open government. In fact, Mara's fought to try to kill the California Public Records Act. Why? Well, it's perhaps because a Freedom of Information request showed that Mara illegally leaked information about a sex abuse scandal to a donor. In the process, in an email, she was dismissive about the concerns from a victim's father. Mara has also illegally given herself a pension 4 years after voters voted against pensions. Mara has also threatened to arrest reporters for simply showing her failings as San Diego City attorney. They include the 101 Ash Street deal, which has cost San Diego taxpayers $300 million. Mara has also tried to silence your voice as a voter, because twice she is sued to prevent initiatives from reaching the ballot, including SDSU West. And she's done all of this while cozying up to groups who are actually suing San Diego instead of being the city attorney that fights for our interest. Openness, honesty, transparency. That's what we need from the San Diego City attorney. Because if you have that, you'll have a government that creates legislation which is likely legal. And that leads to less litigation and saves money for San Diego taxpayers. Openness, honesty, transparency. Vote Corey Briggs for San Diego City Attorney.